2004 Yamaha Vstar 1100 Custom. Let's go for a ride. Well, hello everybody, welcome to Tim's Motorcycle Adventures. If you are new here, maybe you just Googled Vstar 1100 Custom and my video popped up. You may not know, I don't really usually ride cruisers. This is actually my neighbor's bike, and he asked me to fix it up for him and get it ready to sell. And so I said, hey, no problem, as long as I can do a ride video. And he said, oh, sure, no problem, go for it. So hey, here we are. Welcome here. Make sure you click on the subscribe button and the like button, and watch all my other videos. I did a big trip up to Tuktoyaktuk, so go check that one out. I also don't usually ride cruisers. It's been actually a few years since I've ridden a cruiser, and I had to kind of get used to this bike a little bit again. They just ride very differently than the adventure bike that I ride. But I actually started riding on cruisers, and I really love cruisers. I love the way they look. I love just the feel of the grunt down low. It rides so differently than like a high-strung 3-cylinder like I have on my Triumph. You know, it's a big grunty V-twin 1100cc, which is great in BC because our insurance actually 1150 and up is the unlimited insurance category, and so the insurance is the same on an 1100 as an 800. Yeah, so it's great because you get a bigger bike but actually lower insurance rates, which is, you know, if you're on a budget, that helps out, right? So I started out on a Shadow 750 and was starting to look for a bigger bike back in the day, and this Yamaha 1100 was actually in my maybe list. I ended up getting a Kawasaki Mean Streak 1500 and loved that bike, but compared to this, it was big, like it was heavy, and so this is kind of that compromise. It's sort of in that, you know, size weight class of almost a 750 800, but it is an 1100, and so on the highway it's great. You get that low down grunt. My 750 always felt really buzzy on the highway, and this one just it doesn't. This one is nice and relaxed on the highway. You can just cruise, and that's the whole point of a cruiser, isn't it? Just to cruise and relax and not be all, I gotta go somewhere. And so that's the real fun part of these kind of bikes. They're just really nice to ride. Now, it's been a long time since I've ridden another cruiser, so I can't compare directly. I did spend a lot of time on my Mean Streak, but that was a long time ago, and so, you know, in my memory, it rides very similar to my Shadow 750, but that was a long time ago. So I'm kind of getting used to, you know, the feel of a cruiser and kind of throwing it around and stuff like that. But yeah, it just takes a little bit to get used to. One thing that doesn't take time to get used to is the torque down low on this bike. Like, it's just, you know, you can bog it out, and there's no RPM gauge, and so you just kind of feel it through the bike, right? But, you know, you just let the clutch out, and it just goes. It just pulls away, no problem. And you know, smaller bikes like my wife's Ninja 300, right? You got to kind of rev it up and feather the clutch and all of that kind of stuff. On these cruisers, you just sort of let the clutch go, and it just goes, okay, no problem, we're going now, you know, no big deal. And yeah, it's just really kind of nice, right? How does it ride and handle? Well, again, I can't really compare it directly to other cruisers, but you know, I've been riding it around for a few days, and the suspension is good. It's nothing crazy special. It's kind of short in the back. It is a very low bike, but it's good. You know, the front suspension, the fork seals have a bit of a leak on this bike. They need to be replaced, but even so, yeah, it's just fine. You're not racing this bike, right? And so you don't need like high spec, fully adjustable suspension. You just need good suspension that you don't really think about. And that's kind of where I'm at. I haven't really thought about the suspension before. You know, I haven't really thought of the handling characteristics before, because it's a cruiser. You just relax. You know, just spend some time and enjoy the beautiful weather out, right? You don't have to really hammer on it everywhere. You can kind of just putter around, and that's kind of the fun part, right? It doesn't have the you know, hold on real tight kind of power. It's not like, you know, a modern bike or even like an Indian Scout 1100. I rode one of those one time, and that was just such a fun engine. It was just high strung and lots of power, and that's not this. This is more, let's just relax, click it down a gear, let's just go for a ride. And I think that's kind of the beauty of this kind of bike, right? Is, you know, you just relax. Let's just go for a ride. Enjoy the chrome shining, and you know, the comfy nature and the relaxed nature of the engine, and let's just go for a nice ride. And you know, that's kind of the nice part of a cruiser. Now, the problems of this bike. Well, here's the thing, okay? It's not a Harley. Now, maybe you're like me, and I'm just not a Harley guy. I don't fit the nature, the style, the attitude, whatever. It's not a Harley. It doesn't have that cachet of, oh, I ride a Harley. And, you know, it doesn't have the presence that, say, like a Stratoliner might have, right? The Stratoliner, I think it's what, a 1900 cc bike. It feels like a small car when you sit on it, and, you know, it's got that, like, just the presence of wow, what a cool bike. So it doesn't really have the you know, that kind of cool factor, I guess. But it still looks good, and it rides good, and, you know, it's an old bike now, and so it's on the less expensive side. You're not paying Harley prices to ride one of these things. It's a Yamaha. It'll go forever. I mean, this one, I think it only has like 10,000 miles on it or something like that. No, I'm totally off. It has 6,000 miles on this bike, and yes, it is in miles and not in kilometers. I am in Canada. It's an American bike, but it only has 6,000 miles. Like, this bike is gonna go forever, and yet it's really not that expensive, right? Like, you're not paying Harley prices. You're not paying huge amounts for insurance. You know, it's easy to maintain, and changing the oil is a bit of a pain, but whatever. It's still a great little bike, and maybe that's what you're looking for. Maybe instead of, you know, the cachet of a Harley, maybe instead of the extra insurance of a Harley, or the price of parts for a BMW or a Triumph or something like that, maybe you just actually want to just relax and go for a ride. And that's what this bike is really all about. There's nothing difficult to this bike. It's really easy to ride. You just let out the clutch and it goes, and it doesn't stall. And you know, as long as you don't come too hot into a corner, it will do just fine. And it's comfortable. Even on the highway, I remember my Shadow 750 felt like a big sail, because it was like, you know, so much wind catching you. This one doesn't even feel like that. It's comfy on the highway. You could put a windshield on this if you wanted to, but it doesn't even really need it here on the island. And it's just a comfortable bike. I really quite like it. It's unassuming. It just kind of, maybe it just blends in a little bit. And maybe that's kind of your thing. Maybe you just want a nice bike that looks good in your garage, it's comfortable to ride, you can ride it on weekends and just relax. You know, if you want to go to the track and do a race day, fine, go buy a race bike, right? Go buy a Ninja, go buy something like that. But if you want to just have a bike that you go and just chill out and relax on the weekends, and this is a good bike. It really is. And you know, here we are, little bit of twisties, and I'm not really concerned about going fast on these things. Just relax. Go for a ride. It's a beautiful day. Enjoy. The transmission clicks through gears, no problem. It goes quick if you want it to go quick. It's comfortable. You just click it down into another gear and just ride. I think that's kind of the beauty of this bike, you know? You don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. When I had a Valkyrie, Honda Valkyrie 1500, the thing was just ginormous. I mean, it was huge, right? And you had to worry about, well, am I gonna be a little bit downhill when I park forward and then I can't back it up and I have to ask a friend to help me push it out? Or, you know, am I not gonna be able to get it off the side stand if I'm a little bit downhill? And you don't have to worry about that with this bike. It's doable. You just get on and ride. And you know, I think that says a lot. All right, how about brakes? Let's try them out. Oh, yes, the brakes are like the rest of the bike. Just fine. Just fine. This one actually has brand new brakes in the front. I had to put new discs and pads on, and they stop wonderful. Like, you know, it's not gonna be sport bike. You're not gonna be doing stoppies on this kind of bike. They're just good. It's good brakes. All right, so should you buy a Vstar 1100 Custom? Well, I mean, that's up to you. Do you want one? If you want one, it's a good bike. It's a great bike. You know, it does everything well. If you want a Harley, go buy a Harley. If you want something that's huge and ginormous and you can barely wheel around your garage, go buy something bigger. That's not this. This is kind of in that sweet spot. It's not too small like a 750 might be for you. I know a 750 is not too small for a lot of people, but maybe for you it is. And so this is kind of in that sweet spot. It's not a big, massive bike. It's not a huge bike, but it's not a small bike either. It's that kind of happy middle ground. And, you know, I think it's a great buy. I think it's a great pick. It has its drawbacks, sure, but, you know, it is what it is. It's an older bike that you're going to pick up for really cheap, and you get to just enjoy for a long, long time. I mean, hey, it's only has 6,000 miles on it. It's going to go for a long time. So, hey, thanks for coming along for the ride. I hope you enjoyed this video. Click like and subscribe, and click that little bell notification to get notified for the next video. Who knows what I'm going to do next? Maybe my wife will let me take the Ninja out. I don't know. We'll see. Catch you next time.